And then finishing up the session, we have ARPA Solutions, Estefania Barrios. Yeah. Will share with us what ARPA Solutions is doing for AR SDKs.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Estefania Barrios, and I am Senior R&D and Software Engineer at ARPA Solutions. In this talk, I'm replacing Fatima Atien, our CEO. She had everything prepared to come here, but she's going to have a baby. And last week, she had an emergency, little problem. Everything is fine, but doctors didn't recommend such a long trip, so I'm here replacing her. In this presentation, I want to briefly introduce the company and what we do. Then I will explain our solutions for wearable devices, and finally I will recap the main features. So, ARPA Solutions is a pioneer company developing the augmented reality technology. Since 2006, we have created an AR platform that has been tested in more than 200 projects and applications, what makes it one of the most important for wearable devices and smartphones. We offer several solutions, but those are the ones that are focused on developers. First of all, we have ARPA AR SDK, which allows creating AR applications for iOS, Android, and Windows. Secondly, we have ARPA Unity plugin for creating AR games and advert games using the free version of Unity 3D, a powerful and very popular game engine. And finally, we have ARPA AR SDK for wearable devices, which allows developers to create augmented reality applications for devices like Google Glass, Vuzix, or Epson. So, let's see the features of ARPA AR SDK for wearables. It allows developers to create augmented reality applications for wearable devices in a really simple way. This simplicity of use avoids the need of having a solid background in programming, so it is suitable for both experienced and non-experienced developers. Also, extensive documentation is provided, and a growing developer community is really helpful as well. It contains cloud and local versions, and they are all under continuous improvements. Our SDK for wearables has been specially conceived for the Google Glass device, so that it provides a great user experience because we have studied carefully and designed the user interactions for this device. For other Android wearables, the general version of our SDK can be used, but we are working on providing specific versions for Vuzix and Epson because each device is different, so we want to provide the best user experience for all of them. The SDK contains two main modules, image recognition and geolocation. However, we are working on providing new modules like text recognition and face recognition, which will be added soon. So let's see a video showing all the potential of the product. Okay, so let's see. The image recognition and tracking module allows developers to create AR applications that can recognize images and objects and display relevant information about them in real time. In fact, the glass version doesn't include tracking because the user experience that it provides is kind of weird. So we decided just to include the recognition module. However, if you want to create AR apps with tracking, you can use the general version of our SDK for Android, which also works fine. It provides a really good user experience, and you can create this kind of apps that are really useful and appropriate for industries like retail, print media, and advertising. This sample of code shows how easy it is to use our SDK. As you can see, with a few lines of code, you can create an AR app that detects two objects and display information about them. The first part of the code sets the images that you are going to recognize, and the second part of the code sets the information that you are going to display. Finally, you only have to launch the activity. In order to use the image recognition module, it is necessary, firstly, to do a training stage. You need to upload the images to our ARPA cloud databases where it will be trained, and then you can download the final training files that you need to add to the project. This step is also necessary for using the ARPA Unity plugin and the general version of our SDK. The other important module of ARPA AR SDK for wearables is geolocation and sensor tracking and orientation. It allows developers to create augmented reality applications that show points of interest around the user's location. As it has been specially designed for the Google Glass device, the user can look around and find additional information and actions about the point of interest. This is really appropriate if you want to create augmented reality applications for tourism, travel, hotels, banks, augmented cities, and much more. So I will show you a demonstration of how an app created with this SDK works. You can see there what I am seeing on my glass device. The application is called Augmented San Francisco, but as we are quite far away from the city, it automatically teleports us. So it's like if we were in the center of the city. Okay, so now I can look around. Okay, where we are. I think sometimes the glass device, the sensor gets blocked, so there they are. You can swipe and select different points, swipe left and right, and once you have a point, you can tap and find additional information. For example, you can find Take Me There and navigate to the point. If the point has information like phone number or email, you can send an email or phone or make the phone call. You can also set the radius if you only want to look for the closest points. You can also use the voice recognition and search by name your point, or even you can filter and switch off or on the type of points that you are going to search. For example, if you only want to look for restaurants, you can turn off the tourist sites. And then you go back to your scene and you find only the points that you have searched for. So let's recap the main features. ARPA SDK for wearables includes image recognition and geolocation, and each component is really simple to use.